Greetings, travelers. It is I, Lord John Polak, a.k.a. Mr. Mean, having a spot of tea in this chilly northern winter eve. I hope everyone is doing well. I will throw off this pretentious English attitude that I have, and I shall bring you to another video de jour of Mr. Mean Speaks. Alright, enough of the silly accent. I got my coffee. Us Yanks don't drink tea. We drink coffee. We threw all that tea in the harbor, so we don't have any more. Anyway, Viz Imperium Victoriana. I flipped the screen over just so I could do this now, this silly glare. 48 pages of awesome goodness. Full disclosure, Mr. Stephen Turner sent this to me gratis, no expectation of a review or anything. He just sent it to me out of the goodness of his heart because I didn't have a copy of Chivalry and Sorcery, and well, he thought by golly I should have a copy in my collection. And of course I did a review for it. Go down in the doobly-doo and in the archives there and check it out. You'll see that I was a huge fan. Anyone says that Chivalry and Sorcery is a complicated game, it is at character creation. Once you get out of character creation, the game is straightforward, super easy to run, and you can see that from our playthroughs that we did. And you know, anybody who says it can't do high fantasy is incorrect. They don't know what they're talking about. Are there games that do it better? Sure. There's also games that do it worse. And I am by no means an uber fan. I'm not a fanboy, but I like clean systems that make sense and work, and Chivalry and Sorcery work. So it was pointed out to me on my YouTube channel a couple of days ago that I had not done a review of Viz Imperium Victoriana, which is basically a Victorian setting. And you can kind of call it Chivalry and Sorcery light in the modern age, well, the Victorian age. The mechanic system is a little bit different, but you can definitely see the flavor, especially in how skills work. It's a D20 system equal to or less than your skill or whatever you're trying to do, plus or minus any modifiers by the GM. There's some nuances in it that I won't get into detail because I want you to buy the game. I will tell you that it is good. There's no setting in here. The setting is Victorian England, the Americas, turn of the century, exploring Africa. Evidently, from my readings, this is the, I don't want to say second edition, but maybe the 1.5. In the first version of Viz Imperium Victoriana, it leaned heavily on the differentiation of classes and races. Men were superior to women. Men were adventurers, women weren't allowed. They drank tea, and they were socialites, and that was kind of the lure. I don't want to say the lure of the game, but that was the flavor of the game. Well, they've taken that out. They've taken out the racism, and I don't mean racism in a bad way. I mean racism as in the Africans were Africans and they were servants, and they're necessarily indentured servants or not free. And they took all of that out, and now they're just people, which is the way it should be. I mean, history is somewhat ugly, and I'm glad that they made these changes. So you can have an African adventurer. He could be a Zulu warrior that's on a quest for his tribe and meets up with some Englishmen who are going to go look at a temple or whatever. And so you can really don't be limited by the social stigmas of your past history. Go into this with bright eyes and playing the type of character you want to play, and you'll be fine. They've taken out all those references to, women are lesser class and or socialites, or they're not adventurers, or, that Africans are, just bush people and they're uncivilized. All of that's out the window. You can play an African noble in here, and it will work just fine. It's a very fast, simple game. There are skill levels. There are skill points. You use your skill points to buy skill levels, and thus it'll affect. It's a stat and a skill plus a 1d20, plus or minus as modifiers assigned by the GM. The goal is to roll equal to or less than whatever your final total is. So obviously, the higher you can get your attributes and your skills, the better. Because if you're trying to do something like pick a lock while warriors are shooting arrows at you, it's going to be a little more difficult than if you're just sitting in your study and you forgot the combination to your lock, so you have to pick it. And the game does a good job of explaining all that. I'm really impressed at the simplicity of this, but yet the complexity. You have some awesome skills. The layout is phenomenal. It is turn of the century, Victorian England. The Americas, Africa, is largely unexplored, so you can really play all kinds of adventures that you want. And Stephen was also nice to send me an adventure by Colin Spears, The Phantasmagorical Voyage of Discovery, an adventure setting, The Secrets of the Silver Hedgehog, 1885. So I've got this as well. I might even try to run this because it's a fun read. So these are available on Drive-Thru-RPG. You can also get them from Britannia Games. And what I really like is Colin does his dedication in here. And Colin D. Spears, 2019, Viz Imperium Victoriana, dedicated to, and he goes through and lists the names. And then he says, hindered by Stephen Turner. Hindered. If that's a British thing, that means something different from what I think hindered means from the American English, which means to stymie, to slow down, or to make progress difficult. I think that's absolutely funny, because if anybody who knows Stephen knows that he is a master of history, and he is verbose, to say the least. And so I can imagine when they were going over this document and Stephen was just throwing stuff at him, and they're like, wait, whoa. They wanted to keep it to, under 50 pages. And I'm sure with Stephen that was hard, because the man is a literal genius when it comes to history and to writing games. There is a very succinct character sheet. It is front and back, so it's basically 2 pages. And it is very simple and succinct. Is it 2 pages or is it 1 page? It is 1 page. I apologize. And it is nothing special. It is very simple. It will get the job done and give you all the information you need to play a character. And the nice thing they did is Colin put in a list of basically NPCs, and it's going to be hard to see with that crazy light. There you go. So you can get a list of NPCs. Everything from a footpad, which is basically a burglar or a thug, to a constricting snake, strength 17, crocodile, a dire wolf, elephant, ghoul, vampire, and werewolf. So you can throw in a little bit of the fantastical. You could do, Jack the Ripper. That would be, I think, a really fun adventure. The players are trying to capture Jack the Ripper. There's a very turn-of-the-century-esque skill system. So the skill, you're not going to have laser beams and things like that. Although you could, if you wanted to throw in a little H.G. Wells in here, you could totally do that kind of thing, and I think it would fit in just fine. It is really, if you like Victoriana gaming, if you like that gaslight gaming, if you don't want to play Cthulhu because you don't like the Cthulhu mythos, but yet you still want to play that, Cthulhu gaslight, that Victorian age, London and foggy streets, and, is it Tommies? I forgot what they called the police officers with the big hats. I can't remember. Were they Tommies? Anyway, someone will post it down in the notes below. But you could totally play that with Viz Imperium Victoriana. 48 pages. I mean, you can't go wrong, guys. And the adventure as well. And again, all in PDF. Don't forget to use my affiliate link down below if you purchase these via Drive-Thru. Colin, sir, you wrote a fantastic game. Indubitably, it is amazing, I say. And I dig the cover, the art in here. And if you're looking at the layout and you're going, gosh, John, that looks an awful lot like Chivalry and Sorcery. Well, that's because Mr. A.R. Cowley is the director of Andarian Designs, and he did the layout and everything for this, which I think Stephen uses him almost exclusively for all their games and for their layout, because you can see it. And it is very well done. The gentleman is a master of design. And you don't have a problem finding charts because he does this bright yellow on this like taupe beige background. So it really sticks out when you're looking at charts and stuff. And it's just really well done. Hopefully, you can read that very clearly. And combat is pretty quick. Skills, it's a skill-based system. So if you've played Cyberpunk, if you've played Witchcraft, it's a stat and a skill and a 1d20. Cyberpunk and Witchcraft are 1d10, but their numbers are a little bit different. They do levels of success. The neat thing here is, say your stat and your skill equals a 12, and then the GM gives you a -2, which brings your 12 down to a 10. So now you need to roll 10 or less on a d20. If you roll a 10, that's a critical success, which is really nice. And they have rules for critical failure as well. A 20 is always a failure, and a 1 is always a success, a critical success. And then it goes by degrees of 10 thereof in either way, for for more degrees of success if such a thing is needed. There's not a whole lot of art in here, but the art is appropriately themed. I think they just got some free art. You can see the Victorian gentleman there, smoking I think he's got a pipe. Oh, nope, he's got probably a glass of sherry, yes. And then there's a young gentleman probably working on the river boats. He looks like a sailor of some kind, a seaman. So yeah, the art is pretty plain. It's nothing that you're going to go, oh my God, this is fantastic. But it fits the flavor of the book. There's like some schematic drawings in the background of buildings and stuff in the world, on a map. There's magic in here, so you can do some spell. It's got that just a touch of the fantastical, which I really, really like. I'm not a huge fan of Victorian age games, but this is one that I wouldn't mind giving this a try. I think with the right group of people, it could be a lot of fun. And I definitely think this is one of those games that would be, because what our interpretation of Victorian England and the Americas is, rich white people and women at home having their tea and and just fretting about their husbands off on their daring do. And I think this would be a great game to get female gamers into and making them feel even more empowered, because a lot of role-playing games don't do that, and this game does this. It tells you right up front there is no difference between a man or a woman. If you're black or you're white, there's no difference. You're all capable adventuring heroes. Tell the story you want to tell. Be the adventurer you want to be. And I think that is important in this day and age. And so I'm really excited. Steven, I don't know if you can reach out to Mr. Spears, and I don't know if he runs the game, but I'm down. I'm down if you ever make it happen, sir. Mr. Mean abides. I'm really liking what I'm reading here. The skills are succinct. There's not a ton of them, but there's enough there that you can feel competent in what you're doing. Character creation is, like I said, pretty darn simple, whereas I think Chivalry and Sorcery is a percentage-based system. This is a D20-based system. So a little slightly different there, but you can definitely see the influences, and it's kind of it's really cool. And I really like the concept, because you could do Mary Shelley's Frankenstein in this. I think that would be perfect to make the monster. You could do Jack the Ripper, an intrigue mystery adventure, which I think would be amazing in here. So, like I said, yeah, I'm a fan. If you can't tell it, I thank you, Stephen, for sending this, because I didn't look at it. I'll be honest. He sent it to me. It's been almost a year ago. I think it has been a year. Steven sent it to me, and I just oogled over Chivalry and Sorcery. It's a nice big thick book, and it's it's beautiful. It's laid out well. The charts are in it are amazing, and everything is nice. And I was just Googling over it, and this got put off to the side, and I never thought twice about it, because it wasn't the focus of my attention. And so, like I said, one of the meanies brought it. I think it was Steven that said, I don't think Mr. Mean's done a review of it yet. So, that's pretty much it in a nutshell. If you like Victorian England, if you like, your Cthulhu-esque, your Gaslight type games, this is the game for you. Or if you just want to change your pace and you want something light that's not terribly difficult to pick up and play, this is definitely the game. And then, of course, like I said, there's even an adventure, and it's like, I don't know, this is about 20, 30 pages. And, of course, there's a character sheet in here as well, which is awesome. This is 23 pages for the adventure of The Secret of the Silver Hedgehog, 1885. So, let's see. And this says, a voyage of discovery leads to a place of marvels and danger as myth and legends come to life. The Secret of the Silver Hedgehog is an exclusive for backers of Chivalry and Sorcery 5th edition, a sandbox suitable for a one-off adventure or a mini campaign of Victorian adventure that can also be adapted for Chivalry and Sorcery. So you've got everything in here to, I mean, you can play it in Chivalry and Sorcery, or you can play it in Viv, or Viz Imperium Victoriana, or Viv for short. So, guys, take it for a spin. Download it. Buy it from Britannia Games if you're over there across the pond and you're in the great big, not so sunny land of England. I just dropped the book. I feel like a dummy. It's cool. That's all to say. I'm not even a fan of Gaslight, and I like this. I like it because it's light. You look at Call of Cthulhu, and it's just, it's a thick book. Now, granted, it's got the monster manual and everything in it and a huge section for GM. But so does this. And it's 48 pages, so it's awesome. And there's also, a graph in here of pre-done malcontents that you can use. Monsters, werewolves, and, all that stuff. So, yeah, you got everything you need to play this. I tell you what, combine this with Feral Games is League of Seekers, man, and you got something. You want some more fluff. You want some more add-on material. League of Seekers is the book. Put these two together, and you've got an amazing game. So, yeah, this is definitely a winner. Especially, like I said, if you want a palate cleanser. If you're a GM like me, I can run a game for about 6 to 8 sessions, and then I have to play something different. I need a break. I need to get out of that world and wrap my head around something else. So this is the kind of game for me that would be. It's just quick. It's easy. Its mechanics are simple, and it's well done. There's when something is good, that's all you have to say is it's good. And so I am going to say to Mr. Spears, well done, sir. Well done. Guys, that's it for Viz Imperium Victoriana, aka Viv. I hope you enjoyed it. Use my affiliate link down below to go pick up your copy on DriveThruRPG, or go to Britannia Games. If you do buy it, please, please, please put a comment on DriveThru on the thing saying Mr. Mean sent you, so you let Stephen Turner and the guys over at Britannia Games know that you found out about it here. It really helps out the channel, and it helps out Stephen and stuff, brings some more attention to his games because he's got cool stuff. I'm hoping we'll get that live play up after the new year for Chivalry and Sorcery with the further adventures of Barnabas and crew. And God, I just got to say I'm blessed, and thank you guys. I didn't do a Christmas video, but to everybody out there, thank you so much for all the support through this year. It's been an amazing year. We're almost up to 400 videos of just RPG reviews. A lot of publishers. The Discord is thriving. There's lots of cool people in there chatting. So again, link down in the doobly-doo if you're interested in, just talking about RPG games. And it doesn't have to be Viv or Chivalry and Sorcery. We talk about all things. But I will say that Mr. Turner is active on the channel. And so if you do have Chivalry and Sorcery questions, that is the place you can go and reach out to him. And he has a Facebook group as well. He also, and he did ask me to bring this up, he does have a Patreon. If you guys could go support his Patreon, that he's a publisher just like you or just like a lot of these guys, and he has a 9-to-5 day job. He manages accounts for a lot of the gaming industry, so he works very, very hard, and this is a passion on the side that he does, and it's not easy. You guys know it. You've heard me say it and lament about it many times. This is hard work, especially when you have a 9-to-5 job. It's no different than, it's a different set of struggles, but it's similar to being a parent, being a husband, being, a spouse and a worker. You've got your day job, and you got to come home and you got to work on this because you've got deadlines, you've got a Kickstarter, people want their stuff, whatever. So any little bit helps. So, if you buy it off of DriveThruRPG and you use my affiliate code, hey, you're supporting his game, you're supporting Mr. Mean. Either way, thank you. I appreciate it very, very much. There's also my Patreon, which is $5 a month. It gets you a designator on Discord. It also gets you, every so often I do drawings for extra books. And so you can get a copy of a game. I'll mail it to your house if you're in the continental U.S. Some of my Patreons are overseas, so what I'll do is I'll usually give you like a $20 gift card to Drive Through RPG to help support them. So that's really about it, guys. Thank you so much. If you can go over to Steven's Patreon and help support that, if you find yourself with a little bit of extra cash, that'll help out a lot. They really appreciate it. You get free adventures. You get cool stuff for being a Patreon member on for Britannia Games. And like I said, it helps them out. They're a small business just like a lot of other small businesses, so they're struggling to make ends meet just like you and I are. So if you've got the extra cash and you can help them out, why not? Even if you only do it for a month or two, you may get the content and go, this is amazing, and you like it. So support them if you can. They're also real big on Facebook, so you can also get all their information off of Facebook. So that is really it. I think my next video, I'll give a shout out. We got a couple new subscribers. I think we're up to 978 or 79 now. So thank you to all the new subscribers. Thank you to all the new faces on Discord. It is phenomenal. All the publishers that are hanging out on Discord, that are active and participating in my Discord. I really appreciate it. You guys are awesome, and it's nice that the players of your games can go there and ask questions, and you're polite enough to answer them. So we have an amazing community on Discord. It's a really great community and access point that gives you access to some of these publishers, and they're all amazing. Jay from Feral Games, the guys from Indie, It's Never Dark Enough are on there. NK.zip is on there. He's from Indie. Siberian is on there from one of the games. I can't even remember. Gwydion is he's like me. He's a fellow YouTuber that runs games. Hobbs665 of Hobbs and Friends is a YouTube and a broadcaster, but he's also designed and done some OSR stuff. Big Irish, Sean Patrick Fannin is on there, from Prowlers and Paragons. Angus from Parallel Publishing is a really great fanzine. If you haven't seen it, it's gone quarterly now, and you can buy physical copies off of Drive Through RPG, or you can buy the PDF. It's phenomenal. It has support for a lot of different games in there, and it's really well done. There's some great fiction, there's some interviews, there's adventures. It's just all really well done. So, and that's just some of the people I'm looking here. I'm like, I have Count Zero Josh from Angel Citadel. They're a fellow YouTuber. They also have published some stuff for Cypher System, so they're a publisher as well. So yeah, guys, we've got some people on here. Yeah, just pop into the Discord, say hi. It's free to join. You know how Discord works. Everybody's got Discord now. I pay for the server, and I love running it. And Zadmar from Zadmar Games is on here, so definitely pop in and say hi. If you like the let's see, I don't know where my copy is. Tricube Tales. You can't see it; it's over there off the screen. I cleaned up my office now, so it's a little bit neater. But if you're a big fan of the Tricube Tales, it's a very uber rules light little pamphlet book. But he has all these one-sheets out for it that are amazing. Go check it out, man. And Zadmar's always on here, always available for questions. Goblin Scribe from Goblin Scribe Gaming. He wrote the Fantasy Toolkit, or the class kit for Low Fantasy Gaming, which is amazing in itself. If you haven't played Low Fantasy Gaming, give it a try. It's an amazing game. But my coffee is getting cold, and so I'm going to go drink it. I hope you have a wonderful evening. That's my little guy. Come here. Come say hi. Hi. No, you gotta say hi into the microphone.
Hi.
Say hi, everybody. Hi, meanies.
Hi, meanies.
Say have a good night, meanie army.
That's a good night, baby.
Meanie army.
Meanie army.
Yay.
I say.
Whoops.
I'm going.
He's just a ham and likes seeing his face. Okay, go out there. I love you. Okay, go through. All right, guys. That was my little man photobombing my YouTube channel. So he's awesome. Thanks, everybody, for a wonderful year. If I don't get another video out before the end of the year, I really want to say from the bottom of Mr. Mean's pitless heart, thank you so much for supporting the channel, even the little bit. And some of my Patreons, I think I've got like a whopping 9 Patreons, but you guys are awesome. You really help support the channel. Everybody that uses the affiliate link, I can't say enough. Thank you so much. It means, it doesn't mean it. All it is to you is an extra step in clicking a link, but those couple of dollars that it draws in every month or whatever mean the world to me. It really helps keep me going. It gives me, value for what I do. So thank you so much for all the support, the positivity on the Discord site, and the hit that like and subscribe button. Let's grow the channel. Let's get more reviews coming in. If you're a publisher or a game designer and you want me, you like my style or you think it might benefit from, please, I'm more than happy. Send me a PDF copy, send a physical copy if you want, but I don't want you to go spend money out of your own pocket if you don't have to. I'm a physical book kind of guy, but I understand that shipping is expensive, so I don't want people to be out of pocket if it's going to be a financial detriment to them, especially if you're a new designer and you're just getting off the ground. A PDF copy is fine. I try to review everything. I try to keep an open mind, but I have my own opinions and my values, and if I don't like it, I'm going to say I don't like it. It doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad game. It just means it's not the game for me. But some people do value my opinion, and I appreciate that, and I enjoy doing what I do. And I work full-time, 40-plus hours a week as a warehouse manager, so I'm tired when I come home. I'm falling asleep right now. I am so beat. But you know what? I have a great job. I have a great boss, and my wife is working, so I'm blessed that I have this positivity in my life, and you guys help make it even better by just hitting that like button. It just gives me a joy that I can't even describe. It's super cool. So thank you guys for enjoying what I do, for the constructive criticism, which is always welcomed. I never take it as a personal affront. And I appreciate the positive comments, or the, hey, you should try this, or get better lighting, or, we can hear your keyboard clicking, whatever it may be, or the dirty laundry and whatever. It's, it's things that make you think. This is not easy, because if it was, then everybody would have a YouTube channel. And that's just a plain and simple fact. Not everybody does, because it is work, and it's not for everybody, and I get that. So I thank you for taking the time to view my channel, watch my content, and give critiques and or comments. And of course, the best positive comment you can give me is that thumbs up and that subscribe. So thumbs if you liked it, subs if you loved it, to steal Dave 2D's thing. And then Matt Colville always says, and he admits freely that he stole it, so I stole it from him. Go down in the doobly-doo and post comments and look at all the show notes. So peace and hair grease. As always, remember, Mr. Mean says be nice.